Good afternoon, guys. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, early evening in May. And today I wanted to do a little recap video. I've now owned my 2021 Tesla Model 3 for 10 or 11 months, and I just hit yesterday 25,000 miles. And I thought I wanted to shoot a video on the good, the bad, and the stinky. And we'll get to the stinky at the end. Let's go. So we'll start with the good. I bought this car as my daily driver. I'm probably a little bit atypical. I didn't buy this car to make a political statement. I didn't buy this car to save the environment. I bought it simply because I feel it's the best daily driver for the money, as a work commuter. And you can kind of see, this is kind of like the general area of where I live. I live in the woods, kind of hills, small mountains, curvy back roads. This car is an absolute gem to drive on these curvy back roads. The low center of gravity, especially with the new sticky, I got some Pilot Sport 4S sticky summer tires on some Forgestar CF10s. A great driving experience. Sure, it's missing an exhaust note, but for a daily driver, now my Cobra, stupid loud exhaust. But for a daily driver, I kind of like that it's quiet. You go on a long trip, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's relaxing. Another example, just a couple weeks ago, I got called back to my business at 1 in the morning by the police department. There was a domestic assault in my parking lot, and the police needed the security footage. It was great to not wake up the wife, wake up the neighbors. It's just a great car. To better describe it, we'll go hop in and we'll talk about a little bit more of why I love the car so much as my daily driver. Let's go. All right, we are away. So we'll talk a little bit more about the good. Well, as I stated, I've had it for 25,000 miles. There have been 0 breakdowns, 0 issues with the car. It's been as reliable as you could expect. There's no oil changes. The only thing I've done to it is rotated the tires. It's been awesome. It's fast. Everybody knows Teslas are fast. This has the $2,000 acceleration boost that you can download on your phone like an update. And we're gonna push upgrades. And for $10,000, you can get the full self-driving. We are gonna go for the acceleration boost. Oh, that's already done. Got a text message. I wonder how long. Oh, here we go. I swear to God, if it's that quick, that's pretty insane. And this ran 11.8 at 116 at the dragway. It's not the fastest car in the world, but it's faster than most in its class. I mentioned how the car feels. This is a very nice, curvy, hilly back road. And on these tires, you can absolutely just chuck it into corners. I mean, this is a very sharp corner right here. And it just handles it so crisp, so smooth, very little body roll. Just such an immense grip from these Michelins. And the all-wheel drive system is wonderful. Even in the rain, this thing will still do 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. It's mind-blowing. It's super comfortable to drive in. The ride, some might call it firm. you know, I think it's still really nice and soft. It's just running out of things to say about how much I like the car. I like not needing to pump gas. I like not spending $4, $5, maybe $6 for gasoline. You know, I shot a video earlier, you know, for the price of 1 gallon of gasoline, depending on your charging costs, you can drive 150, maybe even close to 200 miles, depending on your charging costs. You could drive 200 miles for the price of 1 gallon of gasoline. You know, again, I didn't buy this car to save money on gas. I didn't buy the car to save the environment. I bought it just because I absolutely love driving it. You'd have to go drive it to really understand. A little earlier, I mentioned the all-wheel drive system. This is the dual motor, which, again, there's a motor for the front axle and a motor for the rear axle. Along with snow tires, that makes for a very good winter driving experience. You know, I actually took this car in just a real blizzard conditions, and I drove it 150 miles in about the worst conditions that my area could see. And it was awesome. It was one of the best winter driving experiences that I've had. There's just so many possible things that I just love about the car. It will automatically preheat the cabin in the morning for you. It will automatically cool the cabin in the summer when it goes over 105 degrees. You can lock it and unlock it from your phone. It's very hard to steal these cars. It's impossible to run out of good things to think about this car. Sorry. Oh, I just went down a one-way. Not a one-way, I mean a dead end. Sorry about that, guy. Hopefully he was friendly. We'll do another demonstration. So we're at a dead stop here. A little bit curvy road. Check twice. It's just unreal the amount of grip that you get. You know, I'm just not used to the level of grip. At any speed, you put your foot down and it's just immediate power. There's no transmission, there's no gears, there's no bog, there's no turbo spool. It's just immediate power and a very satisfying thrust in the back of your seat. I have always been an EV denier up until last year, and I hated the electric cars. I really did, until I went and drove it. Until I drove one. Completely changed my mind on electric cars in general. I would say for sure the future is definitely very bright in terms of cars, in terms of fun EV cars, because this is just the base model. Can you imagine how awesome a Tesla Model S Plaid is to drive? I'm still waiting on somebody to let me drive one. I'm hoping. So that's my unbiased good of the Tesla Model 3. Now it's time for my unbiased bad emotions that I have about the Tesla Model 3. And, you know, I actually thought fairly long and hard about what I would want to say for the bad section of the video. And I only have one topic to talk about, and that is the range. And, you know, when I bought the car, you know, I tried to do some research, and you see online, Tesla says it will do, I think the number's 353 miles. And you say, well, you know, I'll probably be able to get 300 or 325 miles out of a charge. And in real world use, real world driving, that's just simply not the case, at least for me. And I'm gonna go show you some data that better supports what I am trying to say. Now, again, this is not saying I don't like the car. I still love the car, but in all fairness, it's still a topic that needs to be talked about. Let me show you. So we'll just go hop in here. Okay, so we can see that the battery is at 53%. Now, we're gonna pull up this little handy dandy chart. This says for the last 30 miles of my driving, we are running about 265 watts per mile in an expected range, we're just gonna round here, of 150 miles left. So I'm gonna try to explain this a little bit better. So since the last charge, we have 90 miles plus the 150 left in the battery. So it looks like a full charge for me, for my typical driving, is gonna be less than 250 miles. Now, I would still argue most daily commutes are gonna be less, if not significantly less, than 250 miles. You know, if you're a guy that drives 400 miles a day, no, electric cars are not for you. I would go as far as saying if you can't charge at home or at work, I still don't believe electric cars are for you. I love them. I just don't think it's there yet. So I can show a couple more figures here. Pull this back up, back under trips. So we can also see that for the lifetime, we have 25,000 miles. My lifetime efficiency is 276 miles. So you could see that this last charge, I'm essentially identical to my typical use. So again, totally typical use out of a full charge. Now, for reasons why I'm unqualified to properly explain, you don't typically charge these batteries to 100% every night. You want to typically charge it to either 80 or 90%. I use 90% to get as most miles as I can. It is worth noting that I've driven on the PS4S now for roughly 2,000 miles, and my efficiency is, again, rough numbers here, about 10% less efficient. That's simply because while the weight is very close to the factory tires, these tires are significantly more sticky. That adds a lot of rolling resistance as compared to the factory minivan tires, I call them. Because there's more rolling resistance, you do see a large reduction in range. So that's all I can really think of when it comes to the bad. So we've done the good, we've talked about the bad, and now there's only time left to talk about the smelly. Possibly the only thing that's gone wrong on my 2021 Tesla Model 3 is the cabin air filter. Just recently, just the start of this spring, summer, it's definitely got some mold or some mildew growth. It smells like a dirty sock when the air conditioner turns on. And you know, after some quick research, I've actually found out that this is actually a fairly common problem for the Model 3 and the Model Y. Unsure if it's related to the cabin over temp protection. That's basically a feature that automatically cools your car throughout the day after if you park it at work, or for example, or at a restaurant. It keeps the cabin under either 105 or 120 Fahrenheit. So the AC kind of goes on and off a little bit. Maybe that's led to some mildew growth. Either way, it's a pretty easy fix. It's $30 or $40 on Amazon for some cabin air filters. Pretty if that's the only thing I can think of that I've not enjoyed about this car, I hope that expresses just how much I really do love it. That's really all I got time for, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe. You know, if you have a Tesla Model S and you want to take me for a ride, I'm begging people, please reach out. I'd love to go for a ride. Maybe even race it against the Cobra. Until then, guys, stay safe.